What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Warframe, and it's going to be another episode of my Warframe free-to-play series. Today we're going to be talking about a concept I call less is more, and this is a concept that will hopefully help you make the most of your time and maximize your time when you're playing Warframe. Help you be a little bit more efficient. Now, for this purpose, I'm actually on my main account right now. Which is the one where I've actually spent platinum and have a lot of inventory and have progressed through most of the star chart. And I wanted to talk about this concept because it's something that actually plagues me a little bit when I get on my main account and try to play a little bit at night when I try to put a couple hours of time into Warframe. And you can see here just by looking at my foundry, all the blueprints and things that I have, the things that are crafting right now, things that are ready to claim that I've already crafted. I just have all this stuff. It's crazy, and just all this stuff that I need to make and still claim and use and level up, and it can just get absolutely insane once you get further into the game. So I'm gonna go over here and show you guys my armory as well, so you can kind of see here when I go to my Warframes, I have all kinds. I've got Atlas, Chroma, Excalibur, Frost Prime, Mag Prime, Necros, Neza, Nidus, Nova, Nyx, Oberon, Rhino Prime, Saren Prime, Trinity, Valkyr Prime. So I've got all these different frames that some of which aren't even leveled yet. That when I get on at night, it's like, well, which frame do I want to use? Which frame am I going to farm with and get some levels on? You know, when I go to my weapons inventory, it's the same thing. We've got all these different weapons that we have, all these different primaries that we want to put formas in and level up and make really awesome. But there's just so many to pick from. It's like there's nights you get on and you just really don't get anything accomplished because you just have so much gear in your inventory, you're not sure what you want to focus on. And that's one of the problems I run into on my main account is I get on here and I have weapons that have been sitting here for just months on end that are still at like Mastery Rank 10 or Mastery Rank 4 or Mastery Rank 0 that I've would like to use and level up, but I just haven't gotten around to it because I have so much other crap in my inventory, and it can get really, really crazy trying to manage all this. And what winds up happening is you focus more so on working on these items and leveling your weapons and things up than you do playing the actual game. And that's where it can kind of hurt you a little bit, especially if you're trying to progress quickly through the star chart with your Warframe and get towards some of the more in-game content. So what I recommend, and this is an approach I'm going to be using on my free-to-play account when we play through the game, is to take on a less is more approach. And essentially what that means is you don't want to worry about getting all of this gear. You want to focus on just having the basics, enough to get you through the star chart at first. Now, you are going to want to collect a couple items just to keep your mastery rank going and leveling that up. I'm going to do a separate video talking about mastery rank and how you need to get through the first ranks pretty quickly, and then after that you can kind of not worry about it for a while because there are some benefits you're going to get from getting through like mastery rank 3 and 4 and even 5 up through the first couple, which are going to unlock some weapons and some other things. But there's a lot of stuff that unlocks for you at like mastery rank 2 and 3 that's more than enough to get you through to most of the in-game stuff. So we're going to talk about that in a different video, but just so you can see all these mods. I mean, look at all these mods. You got to manage all this inventory too. It just gets crazy when you're, when you accumulate so much stuff. It can just really become a nightmare trying to get through it all and keep track of it all. So what's going to happen is if you are a free-to-play player and you start to worry about collecting all this gear and getting all these mods and getting all these items, you're going to just bog down and you're not going to have a very good time playing the game because you're just kind of thinking like, what am I going to do tonight? Am I going to get on and level up this gun to level 30? You're going to wind up doing that instead of actually progressing through the star chart, which is what you should be doing in the first place. And it's just going to slow you down a lot. So when I get into the free-to-play series, what we're going to mainly focus on is we're going to have our 3 weapons that we get right away in the tutorial. We're going to level those up to level 30. And then we're going to get our next set of better weapons, which we're going to use for the majority of our playthrough. We're not going to be focusing on collecting this huge arsenal of guns because then we're just going to have to run into all this. Well, I really want to work on this build and forma this gun 3 times and do this and that. It's just not going to work out very efficiently for you, especially if you're on a free-to-play account where you're not going to be spending any actual money. You need to be taking advantage of your time. And, you know, most of us aren't like the big YouTubers. We don't have all day to play the game. And if you can't sit on Warframe and grind for hours on end, the more gear you have, the harder it's going to be to manage it all. And the harder it's going to be for you to progress and feel like you're actually getting somewhere within the game. So you definitely want to focus on that. And I'm going to hopefully help you guys out with that when we play. Like I said, we're going to have our main set of weapons. We're going to have our main sentinel that we use through most of the game. And we're going to pick up some items here and there to use to boost our mastery rank up a little bit. Hopefully we're going to get some blueprint drops. You do get plenty of blueprint drops from just clearing the star chart. So we're really not going to focus much on anything outside of those. We're going to build those blueprints when we need something for mastery rank, whether it's a melee weapon or a sidearm or a primary weapon. And also when we're going in and doing some of our farming, which I'm going to go over in a separate video for like when we do our prime part farming and whatnot, we're actually not going to focus on getting prime weapons or gear early on in the game. What we're going to do is we're going to try to actually farm those prime missions to get those parts to trade in for ducats, so that we can go to Baron Katir when he shows up and buy mods from him. Because you're going to get some really good mods from Baron Katir that in the long run as a free-to-play player are going to probably serve you better than actually grinding your eyeballs out to get a prime frame or to get a prime weapon. And the cool thing about Warframe is once you get through most of the planets and you get towards the end game is essentially grinding items and leveling up items and formatting weapons and things so that you can see what's the most powerful. As you're progressing through the star chart, you really don't want to be too focused on all of that. Now, of course, if you want to just go through and grind your eyeballs out and play how you want to, you're more than welcome to. But the goal of my guides, for the most part, is to try to help you make better use of your time. Because I know most of you guys are probably like me. You don't have all day to play video games. You're pretty much, you know, just getting all an hour or two each night to play, and that's about all you've got. So for me, it's all about taking advantage, maximizing my time, and we're going to hopefully cover that quite a bit when I go into my free-to-play series a little bit more in depth. So look for those episodes coming very soon. I'm really happy to be back kind of in the swing of things. I've got a lot of Warframe content that's coming out, a lot of other content I'm going to try to do as well, but we're going to be focused on Warframe here for a little bit because we did get the Plains of Eidolon expansion, I guess you would call it, or update, which I've got to get into that too. I'm going to do a Let's Play when I finally jump into that and show that to you guys too. So if you're interested in that, definitely stay tuned. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I don't want to ramble on too long about this, but like I said, just when you go into your free-to-play account, try to have a less is more approach to it and not worry so much early on about collecting all this gear. You want to just focus on progressing the star chart, taking advantage of the gear that you have once you get past those initial tutorial weapons and things that you've picked up. But as always, guys, thank you for watching. I hope you find these videos helpful. If you have any questions about Warframe, feel free to ask them down below in the comments. Hope you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again next time.